Do you think you missed the childhood?
So for me, there is no reference to compare it, actually. And for me, I always think if I wouldn't get that challenges, probably I wouldn't come it here. In the life, anyone, doesn't matter who their life has it. Either you work first half and then you have a little bit easier life second half, or you have an easier first half, or then you work very hard second half. So in my case, the first half was very, very challenging, let's put it. And now I have a much more easier half, So that's how I see it actually. So.
When did it become an education journey?
For my understanding, the education was the root cause why they do not have a better life.
When did it happen? What?
It was like, for me, it's a very innocent understanding when I become 7, actually 7-year-old.
You started already with your first standard?
Yes. I was going to the first standard in the 6-year-old actually. And 6 year plus a few months, in June. I born in February, in June, the school starts. So that's why. And then, and there I decided that actually I will have 10 standard, matrix.
Will finish
10 standard. That was the biggest goal which I have achieved or set up for myself. And then in this girls' school, you get every facility and so on. And simultaneously, I was working to earn some money. For me to earn 10 rupees.
What age you were working?
From 7 onwards, I was working.
Okay.
So I did many unusual jobs to get at least 10 rupees because 10 rupees was much more valuable for that particular situation. And
you as in you and all the family members?
No, I myself was started to
You're
work.
the elder.
I'm the youngest one.
You're the youngest one?
Yes, and along with that, my other 2 sisters were also working, actually. But working in the sense what we were doing very labor work, actually. Stitching the kind of, I don't know, all the Indian people will understand my age. Actually, we have a plastic bag we used to carry or buy the vegetables, actually. It was very fine mesh or a net, actually. And that my sister were stitching for 2 rupees per dozen. So if they finish 12 bags, they will get 2 rupees. And they used to do at least 8 to 10 dozen per day. In whatever the time. Of course, they were also going to school, but still, whenever they get time, they used to do it. And what I used to do at that time, if someone travel in Indian railway, and they order the meal, they used to get this salt, one small bag, actually. And what was my job, which I got it at the time, is like when you, at that time, this guide shop was a company. Tata Salt came afterwards. This governmental guide shop, it has a yellow color actually. It's a 500 gram packet. And in this 500 gram packet, you used to 500. You have to put in the 500 small packets and you have to seal it with the meanbatti. So in each small packet, you have to put a 1/2 tail of oil, so teaspoon salt, and seal it. Actually,
some plastic.
Exactly. And then you have to put again in 100 packets. And this used to go to the Indian Railway, actually. And I used to get 5 rupees for this 1 kilo.
You used to go to some place to do the job, or
So you can do it. Either you can go to this lady who handled this, or she used to give us this salt and the small packs. And
you can do it in your home.
Yeah, you can do it outside.
Deliver it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was the situation, and then.
And that was after school.
That was during the school. So from 7 standard.
No, I mean as a daily.
Exactly, yes.
So you finish your school in the morning and then you come home.
Exactly. And the school is only like 10 or 11 middle. Like you have all this time in the morning or the evening.
Okay. So you come back around afternoon.
And then you do that your job.
And how being father myself, right? There is a view that at least in the generation which I am in, we tell that you have to take education a bit lightly because They have to explore the world. So this is the luxuries of maybe the situation I am in already, right? So how did you being here, sitting there? Do you think you missed the childhood part of it, or was it different?
For me, other childhood, I don't know what it is. So for me, there is no reference to compare it, actually. And for me, I always think if I wouldn't get that challenges, probably I wouldn't come it here.
Hmm.
Could be they are related
Hmm.
because in the life, anyone doesn't matter who their life has it. Either you work first half and then you have a little bit easier life second half, or you have an easier first half, or then you work very hard second half. So in my case, the first half
Right.
was very, very challenging, let's put it. And now I have a much more easier half, So that's how I see it actually.
Very. So, okay, fifth standard to seventh standard hit that I need to go for 10th standard.
Yes.
And then that around 7 years of age or something like that. So,
Fifth standard, I lost my interest in the education because English started. At fifth standard, A, B, C, D, you have to learn in English.
okay.
Yeah, and that
But the education was Marathi?
yeah, of course, Marathi. Government school is it's Marathi. So at fifth standard, you get this ABCD in English and so on. And I was not comfortable actually in English. And our teacher was also not that motivational teacher, let's put it like that. And which makes me a little bit like not to get interest. But at seventh standard, I got a very nice teacher who kind of helped me to get it back into the track, actually. And some of my interests again came back. And there, from that point onwards, I never looked back. Then I said, no, I want to study and let's go on. And that's the way.
We'll start from um, seventh standard as such. Seventh standard was a public exam, right?
In my case, no.
It was not.
It's the 10th. 10th standard is a public exam, the matrix, and the 12th is then the SSC.
Okay.
SSC.
Because in Karnataka, the seventh standard was a public exam somewhere.
In my father's generation.
For us, it was there. For us, it was 1980s, 1990s. It was seventh standard was a public
In
exam.
my case, not. It was the 10th and the SSC and HSC.
And you till seventh standard, you stayed in the same house as same location as possibly what you know, right?
Yeah.
And you changed your school after seventh?
No, it's the same school. I finished my 10th standard until same school from the same school. I never changed the school because changing school is a luxury topic actually. For me, I'm going to the school is already a big deal actually. So there was not a question came that I should change school.
What pushed you?
Of course, there was somewhere in my brain that, or somewhere in my mind that education helps for everything. Education is a solution for everything. Of course, it's not directly connected, but with education, you get the job. Job means you get the money. Money means you have a solution for your problem. Of course, with that, you also get a knowledge, you understand what's going on and so on.
Did you also feel the societal differences and pressure there?
Luckily, I never ever had the pressure actually because all were uneducated around me and they all were struggling. But what I feel, which is very bitter truth, that if you do not have a money and if you are a beggar, no one will ask you. That's a reality, actually.
What do you mean by no one will ask you?
Like if you need something, you won't get it this help very quickly. Because for how many beggars will you help? 1, 2, 3? Because I'm one of them, actually. So I see this people's attitude towards us in the childhood is different than the same people's attitude now is completely contradictory, actually.
The difference that has evolved from have-nots to have.
Exactly. And that is different. Of course, but if I see from their point of view, it's fine because if they help me, there are again hundred of such people there who need help. So for how many people they would help? It's not easy.
Okay. So we go to 10th standard.
Yes.
So 10th standard is when around 2000, 2010
Yeah.
or something like that, right? How was 10th standard?
I was a very good student all the time. I don't know what is that mean, but I was very lucky that I always someone saw my talent and they picked me up in a way. They always give me suggestions. So my school teacher always gave me suggestion to move forward. So after 10th standard, my school teacher said, take a science. Science has more job opportunities.
We will start with 10th standard assets. How was your public exam and stuff like this?